So to get ready to start drawing our multi-views on paper, we're going to do a couple exercises doing them online. So you'll see that we have this practice isometric. The green side shows the front. So everything that's green is a front face. Coming back to the front, flying up in the sky, looking down, we see the top face, which is blue, and there are two top faces. And then coming over to the right, we see the three pink faces for the right. So you'll notice that I've created some rectangles or some squares for you that are the appropriate size for one cube. And let's just take a look at this object. If we were to build this with Lincoln cubes, we would build three across in the back, two in the front, and then we'd place one in the top left corner. So if you have Lincoln cubes, stop and build this right now. Okay, let's move on. We're going to attack the front side first. So the front is green. And to do that, we're going to use our rulers as guides. So I'm going to move my ruler over so that it's covering, let's say, two of the blocks in the grid. And I'm going to move my horizontal ruler so it's doing the same thing. Now I'm using these rulers because they will show me where I need to line things up. Alignment is very important in multi-views. So let's start by looking at this. I notice that this is two cubes wide for one face, a cube to the right, and then back a cube to the top. So I'm going to grab this cube and I'm going to place it as close on a line as I can to the vertical ruler and to the horizontal. Okay, I see that this needs to be too wide, so I'm going to drag that out so that it is 6 by 3. We're making our views for each square a 3 by 3. Okay, I'm going to copy this and paste this because I know that I need a square right here. So I'm going to move this here and bring this down to 3. Okay, and now I have this face and this face. Okay, I have one more face that I need to create. So I'm going to grab that and Control C to copy, Control V to paste, and I'm going to place it right here. And now I have the three faces that make up my front view. Next, let's go and attack the top. So to look at my top view, I fly up in the sky, I look down, I notice that I have a square and then I have this figure S. So I'm going to copy this and notice that I'm placing it high near the top of my page and in line with the green by using the ruler. Okay, here's my first cube. Okay. I also notice that there's two going across here. So let's grab that and drag it across. And I'm going to expand this to make it a size of 6. Okay. So now I have the cube and the 2. Okay, now I need two top faces. So I'm going to copy this and paste it. And I'm going to place it here. The only problem is this is showing me that I have three faces because I have outlines one, two, three. On my isometric, I only have two faces, one and two. So to get around that, we're going to use some of the tools in Google Slides to get rid of my border color. So I'm going to go to the border color. It's right next to the fill color. I'm going to make that transparent. Okay, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to again make that transparent. And now I'm showing one face and a second face. If I want to make this look even a little bit better, I can use the line tool and I can create lines around. The only problem is Google thinks it knows better than I where my lines need to end, so I might need to fix that. So I can put my outline around this object like so. And then continue doing that until I have, actually, you know what, I'm going to grab this and copy it and paste it. and put that right there. And then I'm going to grab this line and copy it and paste it and put that line right there. Oops, a little bit higher, right there. And I'm going to need one more. So I will draw this line right here. Now you might have wondered how I created these squares, and I created them by going to the shape tool and choosing a square. Okay, then I just found an area on my grid to create the square, and we're going to create our last face, which is the right face. Okay, we know it's going to be over here to the right of my page and in line with the bottom of my front face. So I can see I have a square, and to the left of it another square, and then on top of that a square. So I'm going to place my first square here. It's in line. I'm going to copy that and paste it, and I'm going to place a square here, and then I'm going to place a square above. Okay, and now I can see I have my right face. Here's my top square, here's the square beneath it, and here's the square to the left. Okay, be careful. This is not lined up over this, it's actually lined up over this. Okay, one last thing I want to show you with the rulers. Use the rulers. Make sure that the left of your front and your top are in line, and that will force the right hand side of your front and your top to be in line. Make sure that the bottom of your front and your right are in line, and that will force the top of your front and your right to be in line. And this is important when we move on to our next step of multi-views, which is creating dimensions.